Okay, so we're just going to go through the Stampin' Up! Catalog here and see what's retiring. So I started on page 7. So the first item, which is Notes of Kindness, that's staying, but the refill is retiring. So if you really need that, that would be something to get. On page 8 and 9, if you look on page 8 there, if you've got your Excel spreadsheet of all the items, everything is retiring on that page. On page 9, the Lots of Happy Card Kit refill is retiring, but the Happy Card Kit is not. On page 10, the Big Planner Kit is retiring, along with on page 11, everything on that whole set is retiring as well. So moving on to page 15. This is a lot better to do it this way than going through that Excel spreadsheet. Everyone has that, and it's just, I don't even know. I'd have to look at pictures. It's better to have visual. Anyway, page 15, Time for Tea is retiring. The Tea Room Memories is retiring. And the T10 is going to stay, but the Special Designer paper is retiring, as is the Spot of Tea retiring. On page 16, retiring, that's staying except for the wood block. Page 17, they're keeping that, everything except no wood blocks. Page 18, keeping. This one here, page 19, the accented blooms, they're going to stay except for wood. Again, there's not going to be any wood for the Botanical Bliss. That's staying. And the Another Wonderful Year on page 21, that is retiring. On page 22, the Half Full is retiring. The Label Me is not. And the Graceful Garden is retiring. Also, the Climbing Orchids are retiring, as is the Sitting Pretties retiring on page 25. And All Wild About You is staying. Whoops, skipped a page there. The bike ride's retiring. And the letterboard messages is also retiring. This is an older set, so it's been around for a while. They're both retiring on page 30. Pretty Kitty and Bella and Friends. And on page 31, that's retiring, the Vertical Greetings. Okay, moving on to Special Celebrations. That's staying, but the wood is retiring. Same with Piggy. Wood blocks are retiring, but the set is not. Just in wood. Okay, on this page, everything on page 34 is retiring. On page 35, it's retiring everything. Look at how quick we're going through this, huh? 36, everything's retiring. Page 37, everything's retiring on there. The Happy Birthday One for All and Let the Good Times Roll. Delightfully Detailed is Detailed with Love is retiring, as is the Laser Cut. This is page 39. Page 40, that is staying. Page 41, retiring. Page 42, retiring. Page 43, everything's retiring. page 44, that's stain. That is the punch box, Darling label punch box. That's stained. The vases are stained on page 45. In Every Season is retiring. The wood set of this is retiring, but the rest is not. On page 48, the PS You're the Best is retiring. Tabs for Everything is retiring. Postcard palette is retiring. Everything on this whole set is retiring. The Pocket Full of Sunshine and the jars. Okay, page 53, retiring. That is the En route. Same with Motorcycles, retiring. Follow Your Dreams is retiring. And Friendly Experience is retiring. I said that right. This is really neat. I think I'm going to get this one. This is At Home With You, and that is retiring. It has a die cut. It's so cool. I'm surprised that I'm surprised. So you might want to grab that one. The Bubble Over on page 57 is retiring, as is the Thoughtful Banners. On page 58, it is Stain. And it's Stain on page 59. That is The Peaceful Place. Okay, the latte, something I always have every day. That's retiring. If I could just retire from Starbucks, that would be great. I wouldn't drink anymore of Starbucks. Okay, the Apron of Love is retiring. Not that I work there, I just drink coffee every day there. The Hanging Garden is retiring, as is Hold On to Hope is retiring, and The Barn. The Barn's not retiring, it's just retiring in wood. Excuse me. Same with going on back to page 62, Hold On to Hope. That's not retiring, it's just the wood is. The wood blocks. Okay, the whole set on page 64 is retiring. And page 65, Sitting Here is retiring. Let's jump a few here. Okay. The Bundle's retiring. This is for Broadway Birthday. The Paper is retiring. The Free Cake is retiring. The Perennial Birthday is retiring. The birthday backgrounds are retiring. Happy birthdays. A lot of birthday stuff is retiring. We got the Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and we have the 25 again, and the birthday banners. Okay, moving on to page 74, 75, everything's retiring. That's all birthday again. Same with 76 and 77, everything's retiring, all birthday. Again, the cake is retiring on page 78, and the birthday posies are retiring. Going on to page 83, we have that Stain, except not in wood. That's the I'm sorry, that's Little Twinkle. The bears are leaving us on page 84. Also, this is the baby. A little Wild is leaving, and gosh, I can't read it. Fasten with Love. Foxy is retiring on page 86. 87, Treehouse is retiring. On page 88, it's retiring. It's the Communion. Sweet Baby is retiring. on page 89. 90 is retiring everything on that page. And then the congratulations with the little elephant. Just the wood set is retiring. Going into Christmas, okay, we've got the mistletoe is retiring. And of course the designer paper is going to be retiring. And under the mistletoe is going to be retiring. Page 95. 96, we've got the retiring for the Christmas pines. And then we've got the cookie cutter, that's retiring. Star of Light is retiring. That's pretty, I really like that one. And then a really nice one, it's been around for a while, it's Nature Sings, retiring. Nice one to have. If you don't have that one, great. You might want to grab that. The other one is the Rejoicing Night of Bethlehem. That's also retiring. I like this one. It's retiring. It's on page 100. It's a Snowflake Sentiments. And then on page 101, we've got the Stylish Christmas is retiring and Hearts Come Home. It's retiring. The Ready for Christmas is retiring, and we go right into the seasonal chums are retiring, as is the labels for Labels to Love. That's retiring, page 103. Let's move to 106. I have this one. Thank goodness it's not retiring. Beautiful Promenade. The paper, I think, is, though. Okay, moving on, page 108. Best Spurs retiring. Kindness and Compassion retiring. Floral Phrases retiring on page 109. $110, the Get Well is retiring. Beautiful Bouquet is not retiring. That's good. Page 111, not retiring. Page 112, that is the Sunshine Sayings. That's retiring. As is the Bright Wishes is retiring. The puzzle on page 113 is not retiring. Just in the wood. On page 114, Loyal and True is retiring. Ribbons is retiring. Page 115, we've got the Sorry for Everything is retiring. Going into page 116, the Sunny Days retiring. 117, everything on that page is retiring. If you have your Excel spreadsheet with you and you've printed it out or looked at it, a lot of people have that online. You can print it out and you can go by this book, and that's really helpful too if you want to take the time. I've already X'd the things out so you don't have to. It is a little cumbersome, but at least you've got it with you and you can kind of look and see which ones you might want to grab before they're gone. Page 118, the Dandelions. Isn't that pretty? That one is not retiring. That was page 118. 119 is retiring. That's Petal Palette. I really like this one. They're keeping the tropical chick, but they're gonna get rid of the wood. They are getting rid of the paper. They're gonna keep the dies. The paper's gone. Okay, going into page 122, that's being saved, the thank yous. Also the Daisy Delight, they're going to come out with another daisy, and that can go with this, it'll actually complement with this Daisy Delight, so that's going to stay. And 123. 124, everything's going on thank yous. The only one is the Be Thankful on 125. That's going to stay. I think I took too many pages there. Yes, I did. Oh, okay. Oh, that's staying. The Abstract Impressions, I'm sorry. That's staying. Page 129. Page 130 is Stain. Page 131 is Retiring. That is a celebration, or calls for a celebration. Okay, the Beautiful You on page 132 is not Retiring, but the You're Inspiring, that one's really pretty. It's the daffodils. That one's a great one. I'm going to get that one myself. That one is Retiring. Also on page 133, the Lily Pad is Retiring. The wood is only. Okay, moving on to the page 134, we've got the Artistically Asian is Retiring. The Beautiful Day is not. Floral Frames are not going to retire, which is great. Page 1, The Wonderful Moments on page 136 is going to stay. Also on page 137 is staying. That's the Swirly Frames. Moving on to the Eastern Beauty, that is retiring. The Dragonflies, which are really cool, they're retiring. And the Painted Harvest is retiring, page 139. Also, page 140, that is retiring. That is the Sheltering Tree. The Fabulous Flamingo is retiring. The Playful Backgrounds, also retiring. Okay. The Rooted in Nature is also retiring, only in wood, by the way, page 143. The High Tide is staying. I like that one. I'm sorry, I'm shaking that. I need to rest my hand for a minute. Okay. The Country Livin's retiring. The Mediterranean Moments is retiring. And Tuscan is retiring. Okay, we've moved on to page 148. And that is Lovely as a Tree is retiring. And that's a really great one. If you want to do some stamps with trees and you need trees, that's a great one to have. 149, The Waterfront is staying. Okay. 151, 150, it's retiring everything on that page. 151, everything's retiring on this page. These are all the thank yous now we're into. Also on page 152, Mermaid is staying, except for the wood black. Touches of Texture is retiring. The polka dots are staying, except for wood. Okay, we're into the Tranquil. The Sea of Textures is staying, except for the wood. Okay, 156. Everything on that page is retiring. Timeless Textures, and Oh So Eclectic, and also page 157, Seize the Day. I feel like I'm doing Academy Awards, you know, and these are the losers. Okay, this is the Peaceful Reflection is retiring. Swirly Birds retiring. Bunch of Blossoms is retiring, page 159. 160 and 61. 160 is retiring. And 161, Colorful Seasons is staying. I think it's staying. I'll have to double check that one. I think it is staying, yeah. Okay, 162, retiring on that page is the Woodwards. And the gallery staying. The Country Roads is staying. Gosh, I hope, yeah, I'm right on that one. Okay. Going back to the painted glass, that's staying except for the wood. The Serene Garden on page 166 is retiring, as is the Bouquet Blooms. This one on page 168, the Amazing Congratulations is retiring, and Better With You 169 is retiring. On page 170 and 171, everything on that page is retiring. So if you have that book or the Excel spreadsheet, just grab that and you can glance really quick to see what is not stained. Then I won't keep you. Page 172, everything is retired except for the handwritten. That is going to stay. Also on page 173, Pick a Pen is retiring. Sorry. We're into alphabets and fonts right now. So the hand-lettered alphabet is retiring. Letters for you is retiring. Brushwork is retiring, and label alphabet is retiring. Pages 174, 175. Going into Love What You Do is stain. Page 179 and 178. 178 stain, and 179 is going, and that's Crafting Forever. Okay, this is okay. Now we're into some colors. Again, what's really going is the new color assortment, the classic stamp pads. Okay, this is all the new color assortments. They're all retiring on page 182, and then this set of 5 right here on page 183. They're all retiring. Okay, that's Powdered Pink, Lemon Lime, Tranquil Berry, and Fresh Fig. Okay. These are all staying. All these are the Subtles, the Regals. Designer Series paper. Everything on this page is retiring. That's page 188. 189, everything's retiring as well. This is all Designer Series paper. Again, on page 190, we've got, those are all staying. Page 191, everything is retiring on page 191. A lot of great paper. Going into page 193 and 192, we have the paper